Alright folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It's great to see you, it always is. Got some more games of tennis that we need to talk about today. Shouldn't take as long as the past 2 days. Not as many games, but we've got some absolute bangers, so we'll waste no time with it. Like the video for me, if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to the channel too, if you're not already. Well over 600 now. I think it's like 613. 612, 613 round about. Yeah, flying. Absolutely flying, aren't we? Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? Say something about that. I appreciate each and every one of you. You know that I do. I'm very, very grateful for all the support and the kind words that you continue to give me every day. It helps me out a lot more than you know. If you want to support the channel, links in the description, in the pinned comments, along with the pics, if there are any. There'll definitely be some. For those that are new, you don't feel obliged to donate to that. Like, you really don't have to. Like, quite frankly, in the politest way possible, I don't want your money. That's the exact opposite of what we're trying to achieve here. We're all trying to make some cash, aren't we? Not lose it. So don't feel obliged to donate to that. It's just I don't charge for these picks, do I? I'm not going to charge you for picks or breakdowns. So it is what it is. If you're feeling generous, if you've been doing well, use it as a way to say thank you, or whatever. It's completely up to you. Like I say, don't feel like you have to. But enough of that shite, we'll crack on with these, innit? First off, what happened today? Zizou Berg's let me down today. You know what, it's okay. I mean, you know me, I'm not complaining about that at all. I'll give him that one. He's been fantastic all year so far. I did say Lucanardi's been playing deceivingly well, and he may be playing a lot better than what I've been giving him credit for, so I can only tip me cap to him there. And then Tsitsipas ended up beating Karen Khachanov. I had him for a set. That was the second leg on the parlay, but very, very close in the end. Very close. That could have went either way. Tsitsipas just managed to edge that one out. And then there was a few other, weren't they? I mean, not only did Zizou Bergs lose, I didn't really see that one happening, but the one that shocked me today was Hugo Humbert getting beat by Talon Griekspoor. Can you believe tiebreak Griekspoor beat me boy today? That's unreal. That's the first outright gun. Did not expect that one. You know what's absolutely amazing as well? Well, I say amazing, it amazed me. Talon Griekspoor played 3 sets of tennis against Hugo Humbert, and not only did he beat him, there wasn't a single tiebreaker in the match. What is happening? What is happening? I'm sure that's in the fucking Bible or something. That's like one of the signs of the apocalypse, innit? What next? Like raining frogs, fucking locust swarms, you know what I mean? I don't know. Great stuff from Griekspoor, but you just couldn't write it, could you? Couldn't write it. It's only a few games. Yeah, we're in the quarterfinals now, right? I keep getting confused because we're sort of a day apart, aren't we? Quarterfinals in Dubai. There's only 4 games. We'll leave them till the end. We'll go loco and Acapulco again in it. I feel like, I don't know. If you're watching this now, I've already made my mind up and decided. So they may or may not be, but I feel like I've got 2 doubles lined up for today, and both of them are over in Mexico. So we'll start off with the first one, All-American shootout. We've got Marcus Giron, Tommy Paul. Let me just sort myself out there. Marcus Giron, Tommy Paul, seeing quite a lot of each other over the years. Head to head is 3 apiece. You're getting Tommy Paul around 1.35, 1.4. I like it. I really, really like Tommy Paul in this spot. Marcus Giron played a decent game against Adam Walton, but I feel like I kind of expected him to. I mean, you know, at Marcus Giron's level, you'd expect him to just win that game, probably in straight sets too. Adam Walton's a decent player too, but with his experience, I'm not really surprised he got it done. Tommy Paul looked very, very good against Gabe Diallo, who, as we already mentioned, you know, Gabe Diallo was flying through qualifying. This lad absolutely flew through qualifying until his wings were ultimately clipped by Tommy Paul, and it was quite a beating as well. It was a 6-2, 6-2. Yeah. Yeah, some beat down that. We like Tommy Paul here, don't we? If anything, he's proved to me that he's more than fresh and fit for this one. Tends to play well here as well. I don't think Marcus. When was the last time Marcus Garon beat him? In like a main draw, like, there's World Team Tennis. I'm not including that. Miami, 2021. It's a bit weird that Tommy Paul had only just evened this up last year in Dallas, but a lot's changed since 2021. We all know that. We all know how good Tommy Paul is compared to Marcus Garon on the day. There's no secret to us. Fairly close game last time out, but even in the space of 1 year, never mind, 4. I trust Tommy Paul. I trust him to get this one done. I do. I don't know what I'm sitting here thinking about. There's a. I can't think of any reasons why I would not go for Tommy Paul today. Can you think of one? Or is it just me? I don't know. This one seems really, really easy. 1.4. That seems like a steal. I don't know. I expected this to be like 1.2, something around that. Marcus Garon's been fairly decent this year as well on the hard court. I mean, he's only played hard court games. I don't know. Who's he beat? Vukic, El Chapo. Alright, I'll give him that one. Yannick Hanfman, Echeverry, Singh, Ethan Quinn, Adam Walton. I don't know. I can't see him beating Tommy Paul. Is that just me? I don't know. I'm not going to waste any more time on it. Like I said, it's just. I think it's one of them. He hasn't beat him in 4 years. And I don't see him beating him now. Not this version of Tommy Paul. He's too good. I'd be going with him. 100%. 100%. And I think I'm going to parlay it with this next one. I think I just might. Why the fuck not? We've got David Goffin coming up against Ben Shelton here. Now the odds are more or less identical. Have these played before? They have not. Does it matter? Even if they did, I don't think it does. David Goffin did manage to get past Dinky in straight sets. Providing the form that he's been in, or the lack of form, should I say, he looked alright against Dinky, but how much weight does that hold? For me personally, not a lot. Not a lot. I imagine it's the same for you. 6'2", 6'3". It's fairly decent. Fairly decent. That's a lot more like the David Goffin we know. But he's not going to beat Ben Shelton, is he? He's not going to beat Ben Shelton. What was I saying about Ben Shelton the other video? I feel like he just never breaks serve. He never breaks serve. 2 tiebreakers against Flavio Cavalli. I mean, he got it done. That's all that mattered, but proved me point right there, didn't he? Solid game. Flavio Cavalli's decent as well, though, so, I don't want it to seem like I'm trying to take anything away from either player there. I'm really not, but surely Ben Shelton's not going to go to 2 tiebreakers with David Goffin. I'd have thought not. I'm not stupid. I'm not being silly for thinking that, am I? Surely Ben Shelton's got more than enough to beat David Goffin at this point anyway. This version of David Goffin. Even if he has just won his first game quite impressively, I don't really care. It's so weird, isn't it? He's lost like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 games on the bounce. And then he beat Casper Ruud in the Ultimate Tennis Showdown. He's been beat by Thomas Mahac, and then he's beat Hijikata. So I don't know. I still can't trust David Goffin. I feel like even if he was playing really good, I still feel like he'd struggle against Ben Shelton. Close game, admittedly, against Cavalli. But you just can't break him, can you? You'd have a really, really hard time breaking Ben Shelton. He's very, very good behind serve. David Goffin's still not. No, just not for me. He's not there just yet. I'm pretty certain Ben Shelton gets this one done, Pretty certain about that. This is one of them, along with the Tommy Paul game. Look, if he gets beat by Marcus Garon for whatever reason, I can't see that happening, but I suppose there's an argument to be made where you could go, well, he has beaten him a few times, there's this and that, blah, blah, but I think this is one of them spots, and look, I could be wrong, like, you can't predict the future, and anything's possible, but I think the sky would have to fall in order for Ben Shelton to get beat by this David Goffin. I really do. I really, really do. I mean, once again, I repeat, I could be wrong, but I think we're going to get quite a few straight set wins today. If you're brave enough, get a lot of value in the straight sets today, but I think this could very well be one of them. Even if it's not, I still think Ben Shelton gets the win at the end of the day at 1.3, 1.35. I'm going to stick that with Tommy Paul. Why not? Why not? Getting that around what? 1.8 is that? I'll have a bit of that. I don't mind if I do, but we'll move on to Daniel Altmaier and Thomas Mahatch. Head to head 1-0 to Thomas Mahatch. This should be very, very easy. Daniel Altmaier made a lot of improvements on the hard court, and not only that, this is a very slow hard court as well. It is. I said this in the other video, and I confirmed it last night or this morning when I watched them games. That starts at midnight over in Mexico for me. Is he going to beat Thomas Mahatch? Surely not. Surely not. He looked good against Mensah. Alright, maybe had a bit of a dip, or maybe Mensah just raised his level a lot in that second set, but ultimately he got the win like I knew he would. Straight off the bat, you look at this, Thomas Mahatch 1.3, you take it and run, don't you? You just take it and run. It's another one of them spots he really, really shouldn't. He really shouldn't be getting beat by Daniel Altmaier, and I know he's been playing good. I know he's been tricky, I know he's been playing good. He's just beat Kekmanovic 2-1 in the first round. I didn't think he stood a chance against Kekmanovic because he's been really good too, but here we stand. Thomas Mahatch is a lot better. He's a different beast, isn't he? This lad's a different monster than the likes of Kekmanovic and whatnot. He really is. Apart from the Kekmanovic game, who else has he beat so far in the hard court? Dead quick. Kovacevic, Artur Feast, Lukanadi, Otto Virtanen and Kekmanovic. I think Thomas Mahatch is quite the step up from every one of them. And I repeat, quite the step up. I can't see Thomas Mahatch getting sent home just yet. 1.3, run with it. Stick it in your back pocket, run with it, don't look back. Easy. That really should be an easy one. I expect nothing more than a Thomas Mahatch win. And then we've got El Chapo, Alex Michelsen, getting El Chapo around 1.6. And I like that. I do. Maybe it's a trap. I beg to differ. Alex Michelsen, I don't know about you. I thought he was done against Boo. There was a couple times, if not a lot of times, in that match against Boo where I was like, this is it. This is getting doggish. It really was 2-1. Can't help but think, like it was the first game, he should be alright, but you can't help but think he'll be a lot more depleted after a game like that than what you would after, say, El Chapo with Nishesh. Very back and forth in that first set, but it seemed like El Chapo just sort of, not come in clutch, but he sort of just knuckled down when he needed to. And the true level prevailed in the end. We know how good he is. I know how good he is anyway. 1.6. This is a weird one because if we had this any time last season, or around this time last season especially, the odds would have probably been the exact opposite. I honestly think El Chapo beats him. I do. Alex Michelsen, as much as I probably wouldn't have admitted it, but the more I look at it, and he's been decent, and he has been good. Like, I don't know what I'm saying. He's been fairly decent this year, but it's some of the games that he's lost in it, and he's barely lost any, but some of the ones that he has lost, it's the way he's lost it in it. He went 10-5, 9-4 on the hard court. I could be wrong, but I feel like we get the version of El Chapo that played in Dallas. He beats Alex Michelsen, probably in straight sets. Quote me on it. Just wait and watch, and if it happens, just let me. We'll talk about it tomorrow. But I'm not gonna take that, obviously. But realistic, I do think El Chapo is a lot better than Alex Michelsen. I do. He's a lot more aggressive. He's all gas, no brakes, and he's very, very hard to deal with. We've seen how good he was in Dallas. He fucked everybody up. He dealt with everyone: Kekmanovic, Taylor Fritz, Thomas Mahach, Tommy Paul, Casper Ruud. As we touched on yesterday, that's one hell of a title. That's so good. It really is. Quality names in there. That's a title to be proud of. Undoubtedly the best title of his life, of his career anyway. I think I might be willing to go there, you know. I might be willing to go there. El Chapo's so tough to deal with. Michelson coming off that slogfest with Boo could have went either way. I don't think it. I don't. You may not get the chance to get into that style of match with Denis Shapovalov when he's playing like this. You mightn't. I don't. I just don't know. I don't know. I like Alex Michelson. I know he's really good. I know how good he can be. I just think we've seen a version of El Chapo the past month, and even towards the end of last year, we've started seeing El Chapo like we've never seen him before, really. Or if you've never really watched that much of him, you know, you may just be, I don't know. Forgot what I was going to say. I'm getting all fucking confused. I just, Chapo's going to do it, isn't he? Keep looking at that 1.6 and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't know. If it's pinned, it's pinned. If it's not, it's not. I am so on the fence with Denis Shapovalov here. What I was trying to say then, you know, if you're not that familiar with him, you may not know what we're talking about, but if you've watched him from the start, this is pretty much what we expected. This is what was promised all along, weren't it? Something along the lines of what we're getting now. It's a shame it's took this long for him to show it. But with all that being said, I still think he's better than Michelson. I think he'll be fresher. He's given me no reason the past month or two to go against him. He really hasn't. Whereas I've seen Michelson, he's shit the bed on a couple of occasions. So I would have to go with El Chapo in that one. Zverev, Lerner Tien. Should be very, very quick. This should be a quick one. We're getting Zverev at 1.3. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Oh, he's going to beat Lerner Tien. I don't want to hear it. There's no way. Don't you dare say to me that Lerner Tien's going to beat Zverev. I refuse to believe it. Is he? Can he? I don't know. Surely not. Surely not. Is Lerner Tien just going to dog his way through this game with Zverev? I really can't see that. 1.3 though, I mean, that's like Ben Shelton, David Goffin, Tommy Paul, Marcus Garon areas. I expected Zverev to be maybe a little bit bigger. I don't know how much of a bigger favourite, but I don't know, that's just begging for me to take it. I think, once again, like I said before, I think this probably fits in to the straight set slot, don't it? Zverev in 2. Can't be in it another. What's the spread going to be on that? 3.5. I don't think that's enough. I don't think it's enough for Lerner Tien. He's been playing decent. He always does. He loves the hard court. You know, he only really plays on the hard court. He had a decent year last year. Started off really good. The loss to Sonego in the Australian Open, then Matteo Arnaldi, Delray Beach, and then he's just beat Gomez, Dusan Lazovic, and then Cam Norrie all in straight sets. So he's a decent player, really, really good. He's just he's not as good as Zverev though. Not quite yet, is he? Not just quite, not yet. From 1.3, I don't know. I've got a horrible feeling about this. You know, I really have. I've got a horrible feeling about it. Realistically, there's no way Lerner Tien should be beating Zverev. It shouldn't. It should just be dead easy. 1-2, done. But stranger things have happened. I don't know. Maybe I will take it. Who knows? It can only be Zverev in that one. Holger Rune is playing Brandon Nakashima. Good old Binak played him 3 times before. Binak's beat him all 3 times as well. Would you look at that? US Open last year, straight sets, 6-2, 6-1, 6-4. Oh, he's bullied Holger Rune every time. He bageled him in Shanghai and then 6-2 in the second in 2023. Oh wow. Oh wow. So yeah, I mean, probably gonna do it again, isn't he? Holger Rune, like I said yesterday with Carbias, he should have beat him. He did. Like, it shouldn't even be a question. But the fact that we don't really trust him to beat the likes of Carbias is very, very concerning. I don't know about you, but that's just how I feel at the moment. If I um, if I can't trust you to beat Roberto Carbias, even though I know you will, if that trust isn't there, there's no way I'm going to take you to beat Brandon Nakashima. There's just no way. We know Binak plays really well on the hard court. He dealt with Benjamin Bonzi as well. Forgot about that one. That was a tiebreaker, 7-5. Good game. A fairly good game. I just don't know what I'm going to get from Holger Rune. As is always the case with this lad, I just don't know what I'm going to get. He's a prime spot for a live bet, I think. I really think that. I was going to sit here and say, like, Holger Rune should be beating Brandon Nakashima, but if I had to guess, I'd say I said something around, if not exactly the same, probably verbatim for the US Open last year, and look what happened. I don't know. Would you say Holger Rune has made much, if any, progress since the US Open last year? I'm saying nothing, but you already know the answer, don't you? Can't trust him. I just can't trust him, and I'd love to as well. I'd love to. No, it's not for me. It's just not for me. If Binak beats Holger Rune tomorrow, you'd be like, oh yeah, we probably should have seen that one coming. So yeah, I'm gonna stay well away from that. It's just not worth it, is it? It's not worth it. I'll be watching it. It'll be a great watch, no doubt. But what do you reckon's gonna happen there? Do you think Rune gets one back after all this time? I just think Binak just fucking bagels him again. I don't know. We'll move on to Big Foe, Davidovich Fokina. I'd probably go with Big Foe on this one. The odds are split right down the middle here as well. These are really good odds. I didn't realise that. Head to head is 2-0 to Big Foe. Davidovich Fokina, he'd have been fucking happy pulling that comeback off against Matteo Bellucci there. Especially after we spoke about the game in the final against Kekmanovic, didn't he? That it was crucial for him to get that win after that match. Very, very crucial. Francis Tiafoe beat Alexander Muller in straight sets, as we predicted. Looked fairly decent. 2-6-4, 6-2, nice and easy. Beat him twice before, like I say. He played him in Cincinnati in the Masters last year, done him 6-3, and then a tiebreaker in the second. I'd be willing to bet he beats Davidovich Fokina again. I do. Complete contrast to styles. I think Tiafoe, though, on these hard courts as well, it's depending on what version of him turns up. If Tiafoe's playing Tiafoe's game, he's very, very hard to play against, especially over here. So, while it's split down the middle there as well, that's a 50-50 coin flip. I'd be leaning a lot more towards Big Foe. And that's not denying how good Davidovich Fokina has been all year as well, because he's been fantastic. He's had some really, really good wins. Can't deny it. He's probably been better than Tiafoe, I'd say. Yeah, we could say that, can't we? Let me just check. 10-5 on the year. 4-3. Okay. Thought I'd maybe seen a little bit more of Big Foe, but apparently not. I don't know. Maybe I'm right. Maybe Davidovich Fokina has been a lot better. Maybe that's because we've seen a lot more of him. I don't know. Remains to be seen. It is a tough game. I'm not denying that. If I was picking a side, though, I'd probably just lean with Big Foe. Like I said. That was everything but over against Matteo Bellucci, and I feel like if you're in that spot against Tiafoe playing the way he was, you may not be able to come back from that. And then the quickest one, we've got Pacheco Mendes. He beat Vukic. I apologise, my friend. I was very unfamiliar with your game, but he beat Alexander Vukic. Happy days. Very, very happy with that. Beating Vukic is one thing. Beating Casper Ruud. No, sir. That's just not gonna happen. I refuse to believe it is so. What was that game of Vukic? 2-1, was it? Yeah. Won the first set, dropped the second, won a tiebreaker in the third. Great shape from the young lad there. Unfortunately, he plays Casper Ruud, and this is most definitely the end of the line. Casper Ruud is a massive favourite, 1.05. That probably tells you all that you need to know there. So that does us over in Mexico. We will brush up on Doha really quick, and then I will let you get on with your lives. So first off, got Felix Auger-Aliassime, Marin Cilic. Marin Cilic, still yeah. Anyone predict that? Probably not, right? Yeah, you can't say he doesn't deserve to be though. Not at all. Same with Felix. Who did he play? Who did I watch you play? Nuno Bosch had a very, very good game against Nuno Bosch. But as we know, Nuno Bosch is a very good player. You know, after what he'd done so hard at Fis, it was never going to be easy for Felix. 6-4 in the first set for Nuno, 6-3, 7-5 for Felix in the second and third. Marin Cilic has been feasting on Australians this week, and he's got past Alex de Minaur, and then he's just faced Alexei Popyrin there as well. And funny enough, he dropped that first set to Popyrin, and I seen that, and I said to myself, "There's no way you're gonna beat the Demon and then get beat by Popyrin. That's just nuts." If that would have happened, yeah, I don't know how I would have felt about that, but it didn't. Playing really good, man. He's playing good. Like I said the other day, there's still a few of these guys on the tour that are not quite done just yet. They've still got a lot, maybe not a lot left in the tank, but they've got a lot left to give to the sport, haven't they? I mean, you're not beating Alex de Minaur, you're not beating Alexei Popyrin at this point in your career if you're done. I'm sorry, but you're just not. You're far from done, if you ask me. Uh, Obviously, getting a grasp of fitness is its own battle later on in your career, but I don't think Marin Cilic, I don't think this is like the resurgence of Marin Cilic by any means. Like, it's really not, but really, really impressed. Really impressed with him. I knew how good he was. Like, I used to watch Marin Cilic all the time. You were probably the same. You're probably sitting there going, I've watched this guy for years. Like, we know who he is. We are fairly aware of this guy's game. Is he gonna beat Felix Auger-Aliassime? He's been playing well. Silic has been serving well. He's been very tough. Like I said, done him in 3 games as well. Both of them games have went 3 sets. That is undoubtedly going to take a toll. I don't care what anyone says. I know he's playing good, but he is not going to get better as this tournament gets on. And I feel like bumping into someone like Felix after having 2 games like that is probably one of, if not the worst opponent you can run into in this draw now. So it'd be Felix all day for me. Felix Auger-Aliassime all day, 1.4. Marin Cilic, it's 3-1 on the head-to-head. He's beaten 3 times before. Felix beat him last time out in the Australian Open 2022. I don't imagine Cilic has got a lot better since then. I'm just saying. Don't think I'm going to bet it, but I would be going for Felix on that one. Luca Nardi's playing Quinton Hallis. I'm not going to bother with this one. This really could go either way. Quinton Hallis has already beaten him once before. Odds are split right down the middle. I didn't expect Luca Nardi to get past Zizou Bergs. I had a very, very slight feeling Quinton Hallis just might get past Rublev due to fatigue, and maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but let's just say it was. Here he stands. Now he's playing Luca Nardi in the quarterfinals. Who wins this one? I do not know. I do not know. I could sit here and talk about this one for the next 10 minutes, but I'm not going to bore the shit out of you. I have no idea what's going to happen in this one, folks, and I'm not going to pretend to, so we'll just move on to Daniel Medvedev and Talon Griekspoor. Well. Medvedev's been playing really good again, hasn't he? That game against Struff, I thought he looked good enough, but I weren't fully convinced he looked decent against Gio, He did. He looked fairly decent enough against Giovanni and Pechi Pericard. Is he going to beat tiebreak Griekspoor? And will there be a tie-break in this one? Griekspoor's beat Roman Safiullin, Hugo Humbert, 3 sets in the pair of them. Medvedev's won both his game in straights. Are we trusting Medvedev now? That's the question, and I'm asking you, like, how we trust him, Medvedev. Like, I've been quite happy with what I've seen over the past 2 days, but let's not forget what we've seen all season. It took more than this with Andrei Rublev, didn't it? Remember how good Rublev played throughout the entire tournament, and it still got to the final, and I still wasn't convinced that he was somewhat back. I feel like it'd be rather unfair for me to treat Daniel Medvedev any differently. It would. Although he's looked good the past 2 games, I'm still worried. Like, he should win this tournament realistically. I'm sure he's the favourite to take this title now, and he probably should. If he takes the title, then I'll go, you know what? Okay. Okay, I'll trust him again. 1.3 to massive favourite. He's been like that all week, more or less. Telling Griekspoor, I did not think he was going to get past Hugo Humbert. Now, I didn't get to watch all of that because I was in work, so you'll have to tell me, did Hugo Humbert just like shit the bed completely, or was something wrong? I don't know. Didn't go how I expected it to go in the end. I feel like if you can beat Hugo Humbert, you can probably beat Medvedev, or the version of Medvedev that we've seen over the past couple of months. But I don't know. Maybe this Medvedev's different. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the start, and it's just taken me a while to see it. I don't know. We'll wait and see. Bit too short on the price for me to have a go on that 1.3. I'm just gonna stay away. But say Medvedev should be getting it done, like he should with pretty much 99% of his matches. But we all know that hasn't been the case as of late. So finishing us off, we've got Stefanos Tsitsipas and Matteo Berrettini. Once again, folks, I have no idea what's going to happen in this. Matteo Berrettini is quite the favourite, 1.6 to be exact. Played each other quite a few times. Is that 6-2? Yeah. Oh, my eyes are going funny looking at that. Yes, I think it's 6-2 for Tsitsipas there. He's beat him quite a lot. I think Berrettini beat him last year on the clay. He did. Tiebreaker in the first, 7-5. Say Berrettini probably beats him. Maybe. I don't see why not. I feel like he probably could. I don't know. Tsitsipas had a very close one catching off today, but probably, I don't know. So I just don't know, folks. I'd love to have a go on this one. I can't wait to watch it. I feel like that's why I'm not going to bother with it. Like I said, I'm not going to try break this one and pick this one apart, because quite frankly, I know Tsitsipas's game and we know Berrettini's game, or whatever game he has. Just the save and the strength, shall we say? Nah, I'm only joking. Let's not do that. Berrettini's very, very good. Is he nowhere near as dynamic as Tsitsipas? Let's just say that. Well, I don't know. Can't remember the last time Tsitsipas got this far on the hard court. I don't. And I feel like Berrettini was playing good enough to beat Djokovic. Why would you not be good enough to beat Stefanos Tsitsipas? I know tennis math doesn't exactly work out like that, but that's pretty much all we've got to go off. Complete contrast in styles. Big serve, big hitter. Will Tsitsipas be able to wrap around that first serve of Berrettini? Will Berrettini be able to nail the first serve consistently? These are all factors that'll come into play. The one bit of solace that Tsitsipas does have in this tournament, although it is hard court, it is a very, very slow court. He whiffed one or two of them backhands today, and every time he does it, I just go, I just recoil. Yeah, it's the thing with a one on the backhand like that, and you've got to get it good every time, because as soon as you mess that up, it looks fucking pathetic, doesn't it? With that being said, Tsitsipas still does own probably one of the flashiest ones on the tour, apart from Dimitrov and whoever else. That's neither here nor there. I don't know who wins. I'd probably say Berrettini will just fucking smoke him out, just with strength and pressure alone. But if Tsitsipas can wrap around them service games and make Berrettini play tennis, I wouldn't put it past him to win this one. Like I say, he's nailed them pretty much every time they've played before. I don't see why not here. Don't see why not. Are you going to roll a dice on Tsitsipas? Are you going to go with Berrettini as a favourite? Either way, let me know. Always interested to know what you're going for. Very well, folks. I'm going to be saying good night then. You take it easy, yeah? You take care of yourselves. You take care of one another. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. As always, Everything is in the pinned comment, timestamp, bets, the whole lot. But sad. See you in a bit, yeah. Oh, that is everything. I feel like I've lost out the games in Chile. Sorry, yeah. Who's asked about the 250 clay tournaments in Chile? These are well better, you know what I mean? Yeah, don't worry about it. If you've got anything for Chile, do let me know. But until tomorrow, folks, take care of yourself, take care of one another, and all that. Let's go and get some cash in it. Enjoy the tennis. I'll see you tomorrow.